Hi there, I'm Joey.
I'm Jacob.
And we are watching Star Trek for the first time. Last time on Star Trek Space Clouds.
And
Bob.
Bob.
I was just going to say Bob. Bob, my son Bob. That was great. You know, actually, little topic, I guess, before we do like a title reveal and everything, that I brought up during our last episode, while we were watching it, but I forgot to bring it up during the video, that I just find really fascinating. Would it have felt, at the time when this was airing in 1973, would it have felt like Star Trek was gone for long? Maybe to like massive hyper fans.
I think like if you were the kind of person who wrote in wanting the show not to be canceled, this would have felt like
the people that brought season 3 upon us. If you were one of those guys,
this would have felt like ages.
Yeah, but also like in real time, like last episode of TOS aired in 69. Yeah, it's 70, 71, and 72 off. And then they came back in 73 with this. So, I don't know. Would it have felt... Because there definitely would have been reruns, especially in the US.
Definitely.
You know, like, I wonder if it would have felt like it was gone for a long time. I think, like, in retrospect, we're talking like, oh yeah, we went from the 60s to the 70s. It's really not that long.
But we're talking the late 60s to the early 70s.
Exactly, yeah. That's oddly enough, the longer gap is between TAS and the movies, which I find really fascinating. So, I don't know. If you have any comments on that, just, I don't know. I'd be curious to know what the thought of the existence of Star Trek was at the time. Especially in it's like just how frequently it existed, you know? But anyway, today we're watching an episode called The Lorelei Signal. It's spelled like Lorelei from like Pokemon's Elite Four Lorelei.
I thought that sounded familiar somewhere. Thank you.
So yeah, there's that. I don't know what that means, but I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna get into post-episode thoughts in a second. Be sure to join us then. We are about to watch The Lorelei Signal. Every fucking time I make an assumption about Star Trek, I'm proven wrong immediately after.
Yes.
So last episode I was all, man, Nurse Chapel's never going to show, but Joe Barrett's always going to be there. This time, but Nurse Chapel's here in a very significant role, but also Joe Barrett is still playing minor side characters. So there's that, including the main villain of this episode, which is kind of, well, I guess villain. Are they or not?
They're an antagonist.
They're antagonistic. My first big point. This is the most TOS episode of this show so far in so many ways. Actually, in a way that I hadn't even considered before. It's got evil women using their sexuality to stop the men. It's got old people being a fucking curse on humanity. It's got Scotty being an absolute dumbass, and it's even got, like, the dangling of the carrot of larger Star Trek lore in front of us, the Klingon and Romulan call it at the start of the episode.
But never appearing.
Yeah.
And it even harkens back to really early season 1 when the random's singing.
Yeah, this is such a TOS episode. I really kind of loved it for that, despite the fact that it's not great.
No, it's not. It's fine.
I'll tell you what I did fucking love, though. Ahura being in command. Like, I love Nichelle Nichols so much.
She was a terribly efficient leader.
She's so good. She comes in there, fucking just starts blasting shit all over the place and takes command, finds Spock, finds the rest. Once Ahura and Chapel and their literal girl squad come down to the planet below, the episode's over. Like already. Like they've won. They've just fucking won. And like because
I love it. Like the squad of women show up. Ahura's like, blast them, and they're all down.
They're fucking done. She destroys like a cushion, a chair thing next to the leader.
As a form of torture, like,
and do it again. Just like show like this is what I can fucking do. Like this is like I love her so much. I love Nichelle Nichols so much. I understand that, you know, Ahura, it wasn't a major part of the original series.
No.
Probably because sexism or / racism, probably. I don't know.
One of those two. Probably both.
A mix of both. But it's
definitely contributed.
You know, I understand that's probably the reason. But hey, if animation is the way we go to do better, then I'll take it. And also, you know, 70s, we're advancing slowly.
I mean, this animated show seems to be moving things along generally in a positive way for Star Trek.
Yeah, we've already called out the expansion to like different kinds of crew members with aliens, and now Ahura and Chapel's larger role in this show. I think it's really, really cool. Also, it gets me really excited to see, like, I can't wait to see how maybe the two characterizations or uses of these characters is applied to possibly the movies. I don't know what Ahura's role is in the movies. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm very curious to see how these early steps forward are going to really translate.
Yeah, because I don't know, I didn't expect this show to be as I guess important as it is to the grander scheme of things.
I mean, if you skipped it, you probably wouldn't notice anything.
No, not really. But you could catch little things here and there. Just knowing what I know about some future Star Trek things, I like noticing those things here. It's cool. It's cool. I love the whole sequence early on in the episode when the men of the Enterprise are first all distracted and put under this spell, and Spock is imagining Vulcan rituals or whatever. Kirk is just thinking of women, because of course he is, and McCoy is imagining just flowers and field, and I don't know.
And it's the most McCoy hallucination he can have.
Right? Yeah. See, I don't know. It's weird. Next to Kirk, I feel like McCoy is possibly the most sexual of the main crew members. Maybe Scotty's right there.
Scotty's.
Yeah, you get the idea though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, I called it in my notes here that Nichelle Nichols also voices one of the computers in this, which I find really cool, because usually that's a job reserved for Majel Barrett, but Majel Barrett is pulling overtime in this episode, so
she pulled together a double time card.
Yeah. So Nichelle Nichols plays a computer. I think that's nice. It's cool. Also, Scotty's singing. You caught it a couple times actually in this episode. There are these just shots where
they're lingering.
They linger for a long time, where they show the Enterprise just floating through space, and it doesn't need to be that long. The one that needed to be longer though is the one where Scotty is singing.
Absolutely.
I could have listened to that for hours.
But they would have just cut to the Enterprise in space for not long, maybe 30 seconds max.
Yeah.
But just randomly.
Yeah.
Well, with no dialogue over it, no nothing. It's just the Enterprise reminding you it's there.
Yeah. Also, I'm so mad. We always get so close. There was a line in here at the end. Beam us up, Scotty. It's always so close.
It's so close.
It's so close. The obviously the trope being beam me up, Scotty. It's never said in TOS. It gets close. There's Scotty, beam me up, or beam us up. This is probably the closest we've gotten, though.
Which is funny, considering I don't think anyone who makes that reference would even know this show exists.
Yeah, I've already called out on this series before that a lot of people apparently just don't know that the animated series exists. So if
this is the closest we ever get, I'd find that kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess that was the Lorelei signal. Not too much to talk about, but it's a nice little episode. Very TOS, and I'm very happy.
It is the epitome of the most average TOS episode you could picture.
Yeah. But I guess that about does it. Be sure to join us next time when we continue Star Trek: The Original Series. Until then, this has been Joey Morgan.
I'm Jacob.
Goodbye.